This is Cactus 1539. Hit birds through lost thrust on both engines, returning back towards LaGuardia.
U.S. Airways pilot Chesley Sullenberger had few options after he made that radio call in 2009. His plane had hit a flock of Canada geese, and he had to make an emergency landing in the Hudson River. The passengers and crew were evacuated safely. Carla Dove identified the birds that brought down Sullenberger's plane. She's director of the Bird Identification Lab at the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History, where she manages a reference collection of 620,000 bird specimens.
It's over 150 years old. We have probably about 85% of the diversity of birds of the world represented here. So there are 10,000 species. We have about 8,500 in our collections.
Each morning, Dove sorts through 20 or so packets of bird remains sent here after impacts with commercial or military planes. Each year, the lab analyzes some 10,000 cases.
So we open these up and you can already see that we have some color and some pattern on here. These are very beautiful feathers. This is a small bird, though. This is a tail feather from a small bird. So I have an idea of what I think it is. There's a small bird called an American kestrel. It's a falcon.
But it's not always so easy, even with 20 years on the job. Sometimes Dove must look at feather structures under the microscope, comparing an unknown specimen to a reference collection of microslides. And if she only has tiny bits and pieces to go on, she turns to DNA analysis.
Oh, wow. We've got a few samples there.
This is all the good ones.
All right.
DNA analysis has improved the ability to identify the species involved in bird strikes by nearly 30% over pre-DNA years. Dove says knowing the avian culprit is the first step in addressing the problem.
Once you know what the birds are, the wildlife biologists will make recommendations to the airfields and the airports. The engineers will take the data on the weights of birds, and they will use that when they design new engines and new aircraft parts to make those parts withstand certain bird weights at certain speeds.
Dove says with more flights than ever before and an increase in birds in the sky, more collisions are inevitable. Her hope, however, is that identifying the species will lead to changes in management that can save lives and property. Rosanne Skirble, VOA News, Washington.